The first thing that comes to mind, and this is the way I always describe this church whenever I'm talking about it to anybody, and that's just the word community. I think for a long time I was kind of separated from my faith because I didn't feel connected in like a community sense. But the first day that I walked through these doors, I just like felt right at home.
I'm Claire Repsholdt. I'm a pastor here at the Lutheran Church of Our Savior in Patchogue, New York, which is the center of the South Shore of Long Island. Patchogue has experienced resurrection because they, in the early 2000s, like 90s and 2000s, the city had become very run down. It was almost ghettoized on Long Island. It was not seen as a safe or happy place to be. And a community of neighbors got together and asked each other what they could do to build up business and support structures and change this place. So the village of people knew what it was like to have a group of people come together and decide and commit to investing in developing the place that they loved. This church loves adapting and connecting to neighbors, but they haven't quite figured out what it means to connect with all these young people that are in Patchogue now. So when I first started, I was really curious in particular about just gathering any young person that I found that already connected with the church. And we had lunches and brunches and dinners, and I had them to my house, and we just kept talking about, why do you still care about your faith? What do you want out of it? What should we try together? Why do we still have faith as young adults? Why are we going to church? Why are we interested in justice? Why do we want to meet people that we haven't grown up with? Like all these kind of like big whys that young people have to deal with.
A lot of the older folk in church kind of know where faith fits into their life, and that's like can be overwhelming because you're not just yet there. So speaking to people who like also feel like they're not quite sure just yet like what it looks like for them, that's like a big part of it.
I think, as a young person, despite all the technology we have, it can feel really isolating sometimes.
When young people see other young people in church, they're more likely to stay consistent in that practice. And it is so true for myself too.
To me, like I was trying to explore what it meant to meet other young people when they're at. Because on Long Island, a lot of young people stay here longer than maybe other places. Like I couldn't wait to leave Chicago, but here folks are living in the same place they've always lived, but entering a new chapter of their lives. So I really wanted to meet them, figure out what they wanted out of their faith. So I basically consider it like I was just like a community organizing project. Every young person that I met, I tried to have a serious conversation about faith and just see where it led. And here it led to like folks wanting to gather together, and mostly we're looking for people to have adventures together and carpool and try interesting places that are like maybe it would be harder to go alone. So we basically just started as a group of like empowering each other to have cool adventures and field trips. And out of that also grew like people that wanted to talk more about their faith.
Gather is like church outside of the four walls of church. It's sort of like a way of thinking about, what is the future of the church going to look like?
It's really just a way for young people, 20s and 30s, all over Long Island to kind of start imagining their faith in a new way, not just through the church.
My girlfriend Gina, she brought me, she brought me and showed me this church, and being part of the LGBT community, I guess traditionally I have thought, churches, they're going to judge me. They're scary, right? But being in here, I saw that, no, actually that's not true. You can be Christian in different ways.
You're going to see my pastor walking by in a pride parade, and you'll be like, oh, maybe that's something different. Maybe that spirituality actually does mean something deeper than what I thought it was, or what it looks like on TV a lot.
My pen pal had asked how does God show up in your work, which I now understand why she asked that, but wasn't really sure. It just kind of called out to me because I'm a teacher, and I so can't directly be I love God every day when I teach, obviously, but I definitely do feel it's God shows up in a lot of different ways when you work with young people and you work with kids.
Being this church, this community that celebrates me, that I can come back to each week, gives me the courage to go out and be myself and advocate for my own rights, advocate for other people.
I think churches have preserved an old way of being that is important, which is showing up again after again routinely to be in relationship with neighbors that you might not be related to, that you might not have the same job, that you may come from so many different walks of life, but at church, like every week, whatever ministry you're showing up to, whether it's worship or food pantry or anything else, you're showing up with people who are united in their purpose of caring, and to work among people who are showing up because they care and not because they're paid, and not because there's like a really tangible like product that they're going to receive because they show up or whatever it is. That old way of coming together to work on something together because we care about it is really special.
When I try to explain it to my friends, I talk about how it's really not what you think. It's okay. Show up whoever you are, however you're coming. Just be yourself and we'll be okay.